Clark County, Clark College, the East Campus, they closed today because of flooding there. It's just, it is so widespread.
Yeah, we just have been breaking record after record with so much water coming in all at once, and so.
Right, and people, you know, if you have septic tanks, be mindful about doing laundry today or washing dishes because sometimes the ground gets saturated and your septic can back up. So be careful.
Okay, that's a good note too, and just be careful in general. I think the urban flooding should get a little better. The rain's backing off in the metro area, but when it comes to these rivers, we still have so much rain coming down over the high terrain that we could still see some of that runoff cause problems. They should slowly recede overnight, but we're still in that critical period right now, even though things have really quieted down here in Portland. Take a look at the temperature. Speaking of records too, this is a minor one in comparison, but we're at record heat. We're in the low 60s right now, so 62 degrees. Winds continue to come in from the west, steady 15 to 20 miles an hour. Latest gust at 32 miles an hour. So staying just low enough that we haven't seen much damage yet, but there is that potential again. We could see it up near 40 miles an hour, 2.75 inches of rain so far. We may add a little bit more to that, but not much. Here's a look at the wind gusts up and down I-5 between 28 and 32 miles an hour. So thankfully not seeing that 40 mile an hour threshold that we typically have to deal with, which means those trees starting to come down and causing those problems. So staying under that for now, but we will have strong winds through at least the next few hours. So keeping a very close eye on that as well. Here's the rain. Again, heavy rain continues to come down over the Cascades, getting a break in the valley, and then we're still getting those heavy showers coming down across the coast range. So we have seen that back off a bit. So flood warnings in effect until 5:30 p.m. This whole area, anywhere from 2 to 3 inches or more just within the last 24 hours. So there's a lot of rain in a little amount of time, and so we're still seeing the repercussions of that, of course, with all the water on the roads. Strong winds, of course, will continue, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. Again, we could see some gusts approaching 40. That sticks around until 8 p.m. tonight. I think by 7 o'clock, though, we should really start to see them back off. But we do have that advisory in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. And then we have high wind warnings for the coast range and the Cascades, where winds could be a little stronger than that. And that goes until 6 p.m. out towards the coast, central Oregon, until 10 p.m., where winds could gust in excess of 45 and 50 miles an hour there. Now, this is something I wanted to point out. I've been talking about how active this weather pattern is going to be. This is just one system that we're getting through right now. This is a look at the flood watch. This goes all the way until 4 p.m. Thursday because we still have 2 more systems to get through, and they're going to be very wet, and potentially this next system, or the system, I should say, after the next system, the one that comes in on Thursday, could be very windy along with the wet. More wind than what we're even seeing today. So there's a lot of action happening out there. I'm going to time it out hour by hour for you right here. So as we go through the rest of this afternoon and evening, things quieting down, settling down for the valley. We'll even see some of those showers again settle down for the Cascades too. 11:30 p.m. still some spotty light rain around, but not a whole lot to deal with. We wake up tomorrow morning. Some of the urban areas should be a little bit better because we're not going to see that much rain on the roads, and we should also see some of the river flooding recede as well. And things are quiet. We'll have some spotty light rain around the morning, but nothing too tough to handle. But then just in time for rush hour, look at this, between 4 and 4:30, this next front comes through, and that's going to bring us the potential to pick up another 1 to 2 inches of rain. It just kind of sets up right over us. Here we are, 10 o'clock. That rain's still coming down. Through the overnight hours, 3:30 in the morning Wednesday, still getting that heavy rain coming down. So it is just going to be a soaker for us, especially overnight tomorrow night. That could mean more problems on the roads Wednesday morning for that commute. Then we get into this lull, and then Wednesday afternoon, some spotty rain will be possible. Winds will be picking up, and then we're gearing up for this next system that'll approach on Thursday, and this one could be the strongest one of them all. Still some uncertainty with this, but this one could potentially pack a big punch when it comes to the wind and the rain. So a really active week ahead. You'll want to stay tuned. Coastal forecast, upper 50s, heavy rain and wind, 1 to 3 inches of rain possible tomorrow, 50 mile an hour winds. I-5, upper 50s, heavy rain, again develops mainly second half of tomorrow. Central and eastern Oregon, highs in the 40s and 50s, scattered showers and breezy, but not as windy. And then for the Cascades, we're looking at more heavy rain and more strong winds there too. So your 7-day forecast tomorrow, we get the next round. The worst of it will be in the afternoon and overnight. Wednesday, a little bit of a lull, and then Wednesday night to Thursday, another storm system. So we keep those flood watches going until 4 p.m. Thursday, and then it looks really active all the way through the weekend. So it's going to be
a lot going on.
A lot.
Let's go back and check in